Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Heavy Hitters. I am your host, Michael Grady. Today's topic is speaking about politics versus professional sports and one actual athlete. It's been brought to a lot of people's attention that politics has got into all arenas of sports, as far as the NBA, NFL, you name it. I haven't really heard anything about it in baseball or like hockey or whatever. But in the major sports, as far as the NFL and the NBA, politics is clearly taken over. I just wanted to, also too, if for anybody, I want to give some clarification right now on my last show. If anybody feels like any show that I have on this podcast is attacking white people, don't feel that way. Okay, it's not. This is an open forum, people. Anybody can come on this show and voice their opinion. I will openly take that and gladly give you the floor and let you explain yourself. But at no point in time, I'm attacking any white person nor the guest that I have on my show, because that's not what I stand for. I just wanted to clarify that if anybody got offended by any of my comments from the past shows, I apologize. But for the most part, everything I talk about is for awareness. So please, again, don't take this serious, far as people voicing their opinion because they have the right. But at the end of the day, let's just all open up our minds and just listen what people have to say from a different perspective. All right. But back to the topic at hand, politics and professional athletes. Man, let's get it. We about to talk about it. Okay, politics, professional athletes. Man, I was telling people about this topic today, and they was like, why'd you want to talk about this all of a sudden? You know what? I felt like I need to talk about it because, for one, like I said, politicians are interfering with the thing that I love the most. I'm a sports junkie, okay? I love sports. I bleed sports. I do everything sports. But when you kind of mixing politics into sports, it's kind of tainting the game right now. Like, it's taking a lot of flair out of what we enjoy as Americans, because I know I'm not the only American that loves sports. Okay, what I mean when I say politics, like, most athletes has a platform because of their stature. Okay, the stature that they have is huge. Like, I can look at it and sit, like, for prime example, even with LeBron James, a lot of the generation now, they follow LeBron James. They like LeBron James because he's a great player. I'm not taking that away from him. But with all the things that's happening in the U.S. right now, LeBron is using his platform to let people know certain things is not right and it needs to be corrected. Okay. Even with different, and it's, like I said, it's not a black thing. It's not a black thing, but it just seems like LeBron is voicing his opinion on a lot of social injustice and racial injustice. And I commend him for that. He's having situations where now, people kind of like shunning him because the fact that he's voicing an opinion. I'm like, ain't we in a country where we can voice our opinion? You know what? It's called freedom of speech. Yeah, that part. Yeah. But it seems like certain people that's in the professional realm don't have their right. Did they sign an NDA or something when they did a contract? I don't think so. But like I said, these owners, I blame the owners for them not actually letting their players, voice their opinion when they are making them the money. Okay. Like I said, another issue I feel like, that's kind of political is the fact that women, yes, women, all right, it's a big topic right now. Women are not being treated equally to the man. And I mean, what I'm talking about, like, far as job opportunities, equal pay, it's sad because, like I said, if I put it to you like this, if I was an employer and I had a woman in an interview process and she can do, and her resume looks way better than this man, I'm going with her because she's going to make me millions. But some people, again, they did feel like a woman's place is in the kitchen, washing clothes, doing everything that they used to do back when TV was in black and white. Nah, that's not going to happen. And if a lot of men still think that to this day, wake up, man. Come on now. Who in the world is going to think that a woman can't do it? I seen women playing football, okay? Football. Like, this is the era for the woman. You know what I'm saying? Like, if it wasn't for the woman, I wouldn't be here. And if you was a man, you wouldn't be here because you had a mother, which is a woman. So women need to be treated fairly. Women need to be paid equal. And also, you know, they just need to be put on a high pedestal. Okay. And I'm not just talking about with employment. I'm talking about give them responsibilities that you will give to a man, because I'm pretty sure some women, and like I said, I'm not taking away from the men or whatnot, but you got to give a woman a chance. Have to give them a chance though. Let them show you what they're capable of. If they're capable of doing what a man can do it, then let them do it. Even with the military, like I think like a couple years ago, they were letting women in combat arms. Hey, if they want to do it, let them do it. It's not saying, hey, everybody seen G.I. Jane. She was a beast. And she was a woman. So the whole conversation, the whole topic that far as I want to talk about far as the politics and professional athletes, like you got to kind of like balance out the two. Politicians are the ones that make laws of the land. Politicians are being put in positions to make decisions for each and every person in America. My thing is, if you're going to be a politician, be a politician. You got other things to worry about. You got other things to worry about. You got the coronavirus. Okay. You got racial inequality. You got so much stuff that's going on right now in the United States, but yet you're focusing on a league. You're focusing on a league that you have no business focusing on. Like, these guys do this for a living, just like you politic for a living. Okay? You politic for a living. Now, with the fact that even with the situation when the lady told LeBron, it was some time ago when the lady told LeBron, it was the Fox Inc. I forgot her name. She, some idiot, but she told LeBron James to shut up and dribble a basketball. Yeah, she told him that. So how would you feel if LeBron James told her to shut the hell up and be an anchor woman and try to be a good one at that, because your skills are shitty? Okay, you're biased. You're biased. You're attacking the wrong person. And you need to be going into attack the problems at hand. That's the problem right now in America. That's why it's largely a problem with inequality in America. Because some people don't want to deal with the important issues. They want to turn coat and focus on things that's not really even important. You know what I'm saying? So when I go back to the athlete, I want to talk about the athlete as well, though. Let me explain this to you right now. Yes, athletes had a huge platform. They have a huge forum. They have a huge following. But people, let's understand this right now. Just because they're an athlete, it doesn't necessarily make it a right. Morally, they can sit there and say what they want, but they're not obligated to voice their opinion on anything. Certain individuals voice their opinion because they feel like it's within them that they have to do this. Okay. So many people, like I said, this even goes back, way back. This even goes back to even during the civil rights era. You had certain people that stood out. Well, this was even before the civil rights era. Like Jesse Owens broke barriers. He was the one that came out and shocked everybody in the Olympics. You know what I'm saying? Because this wasn't even supposed to be our type of ordeal. We wasn't even accepting it. It was still segregation back then. But he elevated. He elevated and he made us. He not us as a black person, but he made us as human beings look to where there are things coming up in the horizon. Up and coming. That's what Jesse Owens was. He was up and coming. And he did a lot of things for a lot of people, not just for blacks, but we damn sure will take it, you know? And even with, like I said, with LeBron, though, LeBron going around wearing the I can't breathe t-shirt. This man is American. He can voice that. You know, he's using this platform for social activism. There's nothing wrong with that at all. But like I said, do he have to do this? No, he don't. This man making millions and millions of dollars. He don't have to do that. And I'm gonna go off grid a little bit. Like even when, like I said, LeBron don't have to do it, but he feels like it's in his heart because he see a lot of injustice going on in the U.S. Tom Brady, where are you at? I heard Drew Brees backtracked real quick when he said what he said about taking the knee. Oh, Brett Favre? Man, you better be glad you got those Coppertone commercials, man, because you was in that same bucket with Drew Brees for the comment you made about George Floyd's killer. Come on, man. Like, I'm not saying white people need to step up and be like, oh yeah, we with this and all this, that, and the third. It's all about what you feel. If your heart is telling you to voice your opinion, then voice it. You have that right. Okay. Like I said, even with the LGBTQ, I hope I got that right, because at first it was LGBT, but they put the Q on it. You know what I'm saying? Kind of threw me off for a loop. But anyway, even with them, prime example, Michael Sam, man, first openly gay pro football player. Now, you know what, yo, I might question that, man, because it's probably been a lot of gay men in the industry or in the sports arena that are gay but didn't want to come out because of what the ramifications was. And that's sad. You know, you can live your life, accept people for who they are. You know what I'm saying? I accept everyone. I have friends of mine that are gay that I will look at an equal to anyone else. It's not a problem, people. But like I said, some things people do within their own individual life, it gets scrutinized. And that's the part that I feel like is not fair. And if it's not fair for me, I know millions of people feel the same way. Jim Brown, he definitely made a difference off the field. He was a beast on the field, but off the field, Jim Brown had it going on for the black community, and along with, and as far as the activism, as far as everything, he was the person, he was a true pioneer for change. Some people don't want change. That's their opinion. That's their opinion. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, same way. Activist. Spoke everything that he had. Put everything on the line because he knew that he saw things in his life that wasn't right, but not just by the black folks, but he just seems like, even right now, if you look at him right now, he's trying to bridge the gap. He will try to bridge the gap to try to get people to understand, look, it's different on the other side. Join me. Even when I was talking about the women, as far as women, Serena and Venus Williams, prime example. They've been doing this fight for a minute. Even with them won all the trophies, they still felt like they was underpaid. And guess what, people? They were underpaid. Who the hell was beating them? Nobody. But their male counterparts was getting bank, guap, cheddar, all that. That's not right, man. These ladies probably won damn near a whole house full of trophies, but they can't get equal pay. Man, come on, man. I just can't believe why you can't do that, people. You got to stop that. You got to stop that stereotype, man. You got to stop the stereotype. It's not right. It's not fair. But like I said, at the end of the day, going back to these politicians. Now I touch a lot on the professionals, the professional athletes. Now I'm about to touch bases on some of these politicians. Man, if I was a politician right now, like I said, with everything that's going on, do you really think, and if I'm trying to get the public's opinion, if I'm trying to get that base behind my back, if I'm trying to get that base, I want to talk about things that's going to help them. You think that if I was a politician, you think about me talking about certain things in the NFL by someone taking a knee, and I'm gonna touch bases on that too, though. But you think if I was to talk about someone taking a knee, you think that's going to help you put food on the table? Nah, it's not. It's not. And then you want to attack the ones that are actually doing it, not knowing the main reason why they did it. Okay? You're only going off of speculation that was given to you by an individual who I care not to say, because you know who I'm talking about. Yes, Mr. Krabs. Okay, Mr. Krabs, Donald Trump. You get this information from him, and you take it and you just think that it's word from God. Like, it's a lie, people. Brainwashing you. Okay? You're getting brainwashed by somebody who really don't know the whole purpose of, people taking a stand on something, because he never did that himself. He was a silver spooner. He didn't have to struggle like certain people did. Yeah. But at the same time, you take his words and the people that you need every time when it comes down to an election, the people that you need, you cast them away. Like, or you just throw them out like they trash. Tell me why is that? And if you feel like something is really that important to you, you will focus on that instead of focus on something that's totally irrelevant. Yo, I got the chat line right now open up. I got the telephone number down as well. The telephone number is 919-931-0042. You can put a comment. I'll put your comment on the podcast. But yeah, if anything you guys want to talk about, as far as how you feel about professional athletes having the platform of, stressing the injustice within the Black community, within the LGBTQ community, within women, like, speak on it. Let me know. Call that number, 919-931-0042, or you can leave a comment, and I promise to you, I will put it on the podcast. But like I said, back to the politicians. Like I said, some of them just don't get it. But we as people, we keep putting these people in the office to make it hard for us and the things that we actually enjoy. Like the NFL took a hit once the whole Colin Kaepernick situation started off when he was taking the knee. Listen, man, like if you're gonna base that off a man standing his ground, and like I said, it wasn't a form of disrespect. It wasn't a form of disrespect. It's what he saw. And some people took what he was doing as a form of disrespect. It wasn't. Like I said, this is coming from politicians. Like, politicians know your stuff. Okay? No, did you even take the chance to even ask this man, hey, why are you doing this? No. You only took it because somebody says he's disrespecting the flag, he's a disgrace to this country, and you ran with it. And like I said, that was fed to the masses. That was fed to the masses to believe that something that this one person said is genuine. That man took that knee because he was dealing with, he's got sick and tired of the police brutality amongst, minorities. So if he's taking a stand, and the whole point of the knee, like I'm a U.S. vet. I went to Iraq. I went to Iraq in 2004. The whole purpose of taking the knee is to show respect. Facts. It's nothing to deal with disrespecting anything. It's not to disrespect the flag. It's not to disrespect the fallen soldiers that lost their lives for this country. It's not even about that. It's a form of showing respect for your fallen brother. Yeah. Coming from somebody that's been in the military, I would know this. But guess what? Some of those politicians never been in the military. Some of those politicians don't really talk to veterans. Okay? Some of them don't talk to veterans at all. And I'm looking at it like, okay, but you're sitting here stressing the fact that the whole purpose of this man showing a stand because He's tired of what he sees on the news on a daily basis. That's sad. But like I said, we as a people, we don't need that. You guys, you got to hear me when I tell you this. We don't need that in our society right now. They stress the fact that it's so important to vote and make sure your vote count. We did that this year. A lot of people behind the scenes got that ball moving. So now some of these politicians right now are looking at the situation as they're running scared because now you have the voice. Your vote goes a long way. Okay. So I mean, I don't want to get too caught up in it, but man, it's frustrating to know that, you know, something that I love dearly is getting tainted by politicians that don't really know the purpose and the meaning for mostly everyone's stance that I just put up on this screen. How do you feel about that, people? Like, talk to me. I want to know, what do you feel about, you know, do you feel like it's right for a woman to take less pay than a man if they both on the same level? Do you feel like, you know, you shouldn't voice your opinion if you're a pro athlete because you're making all this money and you feel like you're obligated to your owner? Do you feel like you don't have no output and say anything? Because, like I said, this is a free country, right? It's a free country, right? If it's a free country, I should be able to say what the hell I want to say, regardless of my stature. I could be homeless, okay? Be homeless, and I can sit there and just say what I want to say. And if it gets across to the right person, it's going to take off. That's what these athletes are doing right now. Like I said, these athletes have a following. They have a following. And the following, when they put out the message, people are going to listen. I mean, that could be either negative or positive. And just like I've shown you before, or just even talked about, one person can lead you to positivity and another person can lead you to negative. We need to be able to understand each other, people. It's not hard. Every one of you guys have a voice. Your voice needs to be heard, but at the same time, equal is right. Definitely equal is right. And that goes for anyone. Minus the fame, minus the money, minus the glamour, you're still a human being. So, like I said, I have the phone lines open, 919-931-0042. Leave me a comment. I mean, I'm waiting on you guys right now. I want your input on what you're thinking as far as everything that I displayed, as far as equal rights for women. You know, the whole thing as far as people having an opinion, and also too, I didn't even touch bases on this one. I'm sorry, people, if I didn't get to this one, but people with mental disorders, they're getting swept under the rug, man. Like, I'm starting to see some people coming around. You start to see some people even admitting to themselves that they have mental disorders. Let's not forget them, people. Let's not forget them at all. I mean, most of the time when you hear people with mental disorders that I've seen on the news, it's dealing with something tragic. Because even with the shootings, these active shooter shootings and stuff like that, most of them tell people that they have mental disorders. Okay, well, if they had mental disorders, why didn't no one help them? You're focusing on LeBron about something else. Why didn't these politicians help these people with mental disorders? Yeah, like I said, you have things to focus on. You have things to deal with within this country, but you choose not to. Get in line, people. Get in line. These politicians are not doing their job. You have some good politicians. I give you that. You have some. But you're starting to have people really not trust Washington because Washington does a lot of this and not a lot of this. Talk a good game. But when you put pen to paper and make stuff happen, that's when you get the support of the people. Like I said, man, it's a struggle every day for myself. I deal with it. I mean, I put it to you like this. I love what I do. I love putting out information on my podcast because, like I said, I feel like this is my calling. But at the end of the day, I just want people to understand like why it's so important that if you take the time out to recognize what people deal with, you're going to get a better understanding of it. I mean, you're going to see it, but once you get that feel, once you feel it in your heart, you're going to feel it in your gut. I feel this in my gut because I know for the fact that women are underpaid. Women are like not even appreciated on an employer status because they're women. That's not their fault, people. That's not their fault. They came in this world like that. Accept that. And give them the same platform you will give a man. Give other people the same platform when you want to be heard, politicians. When you want to be heard, let other people be heard too. Don't try to censor them. Because if that was the case, we could do the same thing to you by getting your ass up out of that seat. Then what? So again, my voice matters because, like I said, I'm from this country. I've been in this country. So according to that nice piece of paper called the Constitution, I can say what the hell I want to say. And there's not a damn thing either one of those politicians in Washington can do about it. You can't do that. You can't censor me. You're not going to censor me. I love what I do. This podcast is important. It's information that needs to get out. And like I said, for the athletes, man, y'all keep doing what y'all doing. I support you, LeBron James, with everything you're doing right now. Even, I know you're not the only athlete that's, speaking out about certain things that's going on in the United States right now. But yeah, I definitely salute your work. And, I mean, if people that's a different race, if you want to jump on, don't be afraid. You're already established. You're millionaires. So if you're worried about losing endorsements, come on, man. If you're worried about losing endorsements, you could do that for me right there. Okay? It's not all about money. It's not all about money, man. It's not all about fame. You know what I'm saying? Do the right thing. When you do the right thing, people will follow you. And like I said, if you do the wrong thing, we've seen what happened when you follow someone and do the wrong thing. Look what happened in Washington and the riots. Bad example. Terrible example. Terrible, knucklehead. Terrible. Yeah. And the lady died because she went to go to support what somebody said. Is it really worth it, people? I mean, I feel sorry for her family, but she kind of brought that on herself, man. So, when like I said, these politicians, man, they got to really take a step back. Yes, you're a politician. Yes, we put you in the office. Yes, we put you in the seat so you can make certain things for Americans better. But you cannot dictate what an American can say. You're not supposed to. We don't do it to you. Why are you trying to do that to us? That's something that these politicians need to really think about when they go home. And I know they have an issue when they go home. I know they talk to their families, and I know that certain people be like, why are you doing this? Why are you doing this, Dad? Or why are you doing this, Mom? I guarantee you they can't even give them a straight answer. So even when they come out and they tell us, when they get in front of the TV, they tell us this facade on everything is great. We're going in the right direction. If you're going in the right direction, why are you having all these issues coming from different people? I mean, either you dragging your feet or you just don't give a damn. And I like the second answer because I really think you don't give a damn because this has been going on for years. Like I said, people, we have to change. In order for us to get change, we have to make change. And when we make change, when it starts with the election, that's where it comes at. Equal. We're all equal. Unity is everything. You sit here and these politicians just sit here and when they take the recess, like you have laws that's still sitting on the desk, but you want to focus on the fact that someone is voicing their opinion on something, but you can't get laws that's trying to help people out. Okay? Like I guarantee you right now, even some politicians right now still talking about Colin Kaepernick. How long ago has that been? How? They even had a policy to where some of the people didn't even have to stand out when they was doing the national anthem. And that still was a problem. You damned if you do, you damned if you don't. But at the same time, we supposed to take your word for it that you have our best interests at heart when you can't even treat all people equally. You can make decisions. You can make decisions. Oh, and I'm not saying that it's the right decision, but you make decisions for everybody. But you can't treat women. You can't treat the LGBTQ community. You can't treat athletes of color. You can't treat them equal. Why is that, politicians? You hear that? That's what everybody else been hearing. Absolutely nothing. So, again, the whole podcast, politics versus professional athletes, man. Hey, at the same time, I love what they're doing, man. They're doing great things for the community. Not even the athletes, man. You got some celebrities too that's voicing their opinion on equality. They're actually using the platform to get awareness out to the people that need to hear them. The people that need to hear them are the ones in Washington. The people that need to hear them is the lawmakers in your own state. Your state. Your politicians in your state need to hear what's bothering the people. A lot of things is bothering the people, politicians. Get your act together. Stop focusing on petty stuff. Because petty is not taking care of people's bills. Petty is not putting food on the table. Petty is not putting money in people's pockets. It's not. So why keep fighting a fight that you're not going to win? Colin Kaepernick been fighting a fight for a long time. And he's still blackballed. Why? Because his stance was an eye-opener for everyone else to see that we have a problem. You can fix the problem. Only thing you got to do is listen. Take ownership. All you got to do. Listen to the people. The people. The people are who got you in the position where you are today. The people got you sitting in luxury houses. You taking lavish trips. Yeah, the people. That's my tax dollars. I'm giving you my tax dollars so you can censor me? No. You can't censor me. You can try to, but you can't censor me. Just like you can't censor everyone else. Because like I said, people are tired. And the whole evolution of this movement, as far as the equality movement, is getting stronger and stronger every day. Like I said, I support women all the way. You should be paid just like a man all the way. I support my LGBTQ community all the way. Just because your preference, man, that shouldn't hold anything against you. It shouldn't. You are a human being. You know that. Let them know that. And lastly, but not least, of course, my people. If you think about it, in sports, and I'm not pulling the race card, but majority of the people in sports, NBA, NFL, predominantly black. Making these owners millions of dollars. So they're making you money. They're making you rich beyond your wildest dreams. Some owners tell their players, you better not take a knee. Jerry Jones. Yeah, I said it. Don't take a knee. Don't do it. You won't be on this team if you took a knee. Why would you do that, Jerry? Why would you do that, Jerry? He's empowered. Like I said, The man feels like if you play on my team, I own you. No, you don't. I got to obligate that contract. That's the only thing you own. But far as me speaking and using this as a tool to get awareness out, you can't do that. You could try by silencing like they did Colin Kaepernick. But like I said, when he was blackballed, the whole awareness got stronger. And they ran toward him. That's what equality is all about. Giving people the same platform as you want other people to give to you. So if you feel like you're not getting that same thing, regardless of what color, regardless of what gender, speak out on it. You have to be heard. The only way you can be heard if you speak on it. Because it's going to hit them right here. It's going to hit them right here. Right there. I feel for people that go through these type of things and don't have no support from the actual government, because most of their thinking is not on the people, it's on other things that means absolutely nothing. Frivolous. Politicians, get it together. You know, we look for y'all to make things happen. When we don't see change, people get irate. People get angry. That's what you're seeing right now. There is no change. There's no progression, no nothing. So you can't be mad or you can't single me out because I'm angry. You can't do that. I'm not being treated fair. Do something about it. We're doing something about it. We're yelling. We're protesting. We're doing a lot right now. And I love it. And like I said, people, this whole segment is not to attack, white America. It's only one America. We all a part of it. But in this America right now, things have to change. And if it don't change, people will voice their opinion. They will voice it to the point to where we're going to keep marching until we are heard. We're going to keep protesting until we are heard. So if that's a hard word for people to see other people as an equal, this goes to all the politicians. If that's hard for you to understand, then maybe you need to do another job. Because evidently the job that you're in right now, just like you told LeBron, shut up and dribble a basketball, but you can't satisfy the people. He's still doing it. He's still doing it. He's going to be an advocate. Most definitely. But at the same time, people, we got to come together as one. Got to come together as one and hold politicians accountable for their negligent acts for the people. For everyone that's affected in this country, we have to hold them accountable. Like I said, your voice is the most powerful thing you could use on a platform. I support the celebrities. I support the professional athletes that do that. Politicians, you're behind the power curve. But you're in the position to make things happen. You're in a position to change lives, as well as these professional athletes and celebrities. When you go to bed, think about that. Not just for the politicians. When you go to bed, people, everyone that's listening to this podcast right now, think about that. Think about, how can I be a better person to help someone else out? It don't necessarily have to be your own race. If I saw someone on the corner of the street right now and they had a flat tire, and I looked, and with all this stuff going on, and it was a white person, it was raining, pouring down raining, I would get out and help that person because that's my nature. That's who I am. That's what I stand for. Treat people the way you want to be treated. Yeah, you know the song. Sing it. If you can't get in line, people, if you can't get in line with bridging the gap, you're still going to be part of that gap. And the gap is going to get even wider. I don't want to see that. I don't want my kids doing that. I don't want my friends doing that. I want to close the gap completely. So, man, this was a great show. Like I said, the whole aspect of getting this point out is to let people know that, you know, we still have a long way to go, people. Still have a long way to go. But like I said, hold the politicians accountable. Hold the politicians in your state accountable, because equal is now. It has always been an issue. Like I said, bridge the gap. Close that division. Close the perception. Just do the things that you feel like, hey, when I walk out that door, I want to be able to make a difference in somebody's life. You can do that. Only thing you got to do is work together. Equal means everything. Equal is fair. We got to be fair with each other. We got to be fair with, you know, the way we look at people from a different culture. We have to look at, you know, the acceptance of how people are in general. Times have changed. Times is not like it was years ago. There's nothing wrong with change. Welcome it. Accept it. As long as it's positive. So I'm about to get ready to go. I'm about to take my podcast and I'm about to end it because I have some company right now. Yes, I have some company right now that I have to break open. The Michael Jordan tequila is pretty damn good. I'm not sponsoring it, but I'm supporting it because I'm a drinker. But yeah, but like I said, man, I appreciate the guys watching. Take what I said to heart. Okay, take what I said to heart, but at the end of the day, make sure you hold your politician accountable for their own actions. That's the only way we're going to get together, and that's the only way we're going to make a difference. Okay? Yeah, because if you do that, you're going to see a lot of change. And I'm talking about change in the right direction, not the wrong direction. So I thank you guys for watching the podcast. Heavy hitters. Like I said, I left the telephone number up there. You can call me if you have any questions or you want to chop it up in reference to the topic that I was talking about this evening. The telephone number is down at the bottom of the screen, 919-931-0042. That number again is 919-931-0042. You could also leave me a comment. I promise you, when I end this podcast, if I get any comments, I will reply back. So you guys be safe. I'm about to go listen to some Fred the Godson, because that's my man, R.I.P. to Fred Gordo Godson. You guys be safe, and hope to see you guys on the next episode of Heavy Hitters. See ya.